Hello, everybody. This is Tasteless here. We're going to be doing a TVZ here between Tengu and Killer. These are two players that have just debuted in the most recent ASL that's happening right now. These are great players. They're both very strong. Unless you're really like a die-hard Brood War fan, actually, even if you're a die-hard Brood War fan, you might not know of these two guys, or at least not very well. But they're both extremely active. You know, they're not your Bisu or your Royal or any of these guys that we either know really well from the past or because of great seasons the last year or two are really present at the very highest levels of tournament. These are guys that are you know, super powerful ladder players. You know, they will occasionally poke in and out of an ASL season, but it's going to be cool to have them duking it out here today and see what kind of games they're going to give us. Tengu is going to be going for a depot over here at his natural expansion entrance, and we're going to see what Killer exactly wants in this game. Now, on this map, you know, it is one where, let me just go full screen on the map here. It's a pretty wide open area. There's a lot of ways to maneuver around each other in the middle. The Zerg, look, this base, you know, the natural is always going to be easy to hold. Pretty much any map makes it like that. But after that, a lot of times it comes down to taking either another natural or another main. There is not, you know, one of these kind of fighting spirit-esque expansions where you have got no easy way to get up there as Terran. So some Zergs try to go for more of a fighting style and less of a turtling style. We'll see what exactly Killer wants to do here now. So Tengu is getting his wall in set up. This is actually not that safe. It doesn't mean it won't work, but, you know, on some maps you can get a perfectly tight, like airtight wall in where Lings can't get in and the Marine would pop out on the other side. On this map, this debris right here can't be built on. So not all build orders are made equally. This one is not necessarily that safe. Thank you for the raid, Tetsuo. Appreciate that.
I want to fucking barf.
I saw somebody in Korea. Tasis, are you not in Korea anymore? What's happened? Why you come back? I don't know. Why are you like, no, I'm still in Korea, man. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, you're always welcome to watch me on my Twitch stream where I record these live. And we've got, you know, a pretty macro-oriented start. We've got the layer coming down now. The hatchery just now finishes. Tengu is going to go for that command center like we were talking about. And the second barracks is coming down now. The SCV is going to be scouting around, trying to confirm, are there any extra Lings coming? Usually there are not, but you still need to confirm it. And Ling speed is being upgraded here as well. So he wants to know what exactly, or he wants to make sure that the SCV will never get into his base. Never, ever. Now, even though we are expecting a Spire game, I think that's probably what's going to happen here. There are cheeses Zerg can do, and that's why Terran still has to be cautious, even though most of the StarCraft 1 games you see, they are basically, they're on the lookout. Ling bus, Hydra, Lurker bus. There are actually even these weird Hydra bus. That makes me think of that one game versus Jaedong. But this is indeed going to be a Spire opening. Back over here for Terran, I mean, we've got the Academy coming down. These are the kind of builds, by the way, guys, if you want to copy an opening for either side, these are the games to do it. So Ling speed's done. That means the SCV falls. Killer pokes in, sees the barracks is still blinking. He sees there are more Marines out here. It's pretty obvious what's going on. The second extractor is being produced. Another peek in here with the Lings. Remember, the Lings don't have a lot of vision range, so you really have to kind of get up close, get in their face to see it. So we have the third, sorry, no, this is going to be the engineering bay, not the third barracks. So what are we talking about? eBay, while Stim is almost done. So We may have a fire bat. There it is. So here's the fire bat. It's going to pop out here. Terran wants to push out. This depot, this triangle shape here with the 2 depots in the barracks, Lings can't fit through there. So what? Oh, what? Are you serious? He beat me to what I was going to say. Oh, my God. Okay, so I was going to say that the fire bat and the medic would make a wall here, and then you'd move out. But the flank was so good by Killer that it's like he won a fight he shouldn't have. That is Brood War for you when it comes to good control. He swoops in, completely smashes those Marines. The Marine count had been heavily reset. Back at home, I mean, air weapons is being upgraded here for Killer. Killer's looking really good right now. This is wild, man. Oh, Lings are going to come in here again. Now, I don't think he's going to move in. There are 2 fire bats inside this bunker. Terran is actually making turrets back over here. He knows that this attack is going to come in. It's really important to have these 2 turrets over here as well. You need to make sure that this area is covered, but the bunker and whatever many turrets you need, each spot is different. He's got 3 turrets, which should be almost exactly enough. And then you need the 2 here because otherwise they can just start to hit this barracks and kind of get in between your 2 command centers and just kill whatever tries to traffic from one place to the other. Now with +1 attack coming, it's about halfway done. The Lurker Den, sorry, the Zerg Hydralisk Den. I'm getting my buildings from StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 mixed up here. Hydra Den's coming, which means Lurker Tech will be there after that. This 3rd base is up. Now remember what I was saying earlier? Like, none of these bases are that safe. Well, they're safe if the Zerg is actually in the Terran's face like this. When is Terran ever going to get over here? Not for a long time, right? The Lings and the Mutas are too much of a threat. Terran is too busy turtling to ever imagine pushing out into another base. 1 starport, 2 starports. Are you kidding me? And an armored. He's going to go for Valkyrie? What? Dude, TVZ has changed so much. This game is 25 years old now. I remember in the first couple of ASLs, and I had to wrap my head around the fact that Valkyries were coming. I remember I'd Castle Artos, and he'd be like, oh, this is where they make Valkyries. And I'm like, what? And then it would actually happen. But now we're seeing 2 starport Valkyrie and an add-on? What? So look, I mean, this depot being killed, fairly inconsequential. I mean, it does supply block him, but Zerg's just going to take whatever they can get right now. I can't believe it. So what does he get with this factory over here? Siege tank, and well, siege mode, then I mean, obviously siege tanks. This is wild, man. This is very, very different. I've seen the 1 port, but I didn't realize 2 port was, you know, that doable. Obviously, Lurkers are going to be quite good against this. We know Lurker Tech is coming. In fact, it's already done. He's morphing this right now. Plenty of drones in the gas right now at the 3rd, and a couple more on the minerals. He's got the Zerg armor upgrade being upgraded here. Is the Hive starting? Hive is done. What am I even saying? The Filer Mound is starting. That's where we're at here. Killer playing very straight up, pretty modern meta TVZ in the kind of year 2024 sense, but Tango a little bit more experimental. How many more of these Vulks does he make? He dodges out on 2. So we have the Lurkers burrowing. Now, this is enough you could scan and probably come in here and do a full wipe. And so he does do that. It was a bit of a trade. Now, remember, when you don't have science vessels, you can basically just make booby traps with Lurkers on the map. A Ling counterattack comes in here. It is deflected. Okay, so I need to go back here and figure out what's happening. So this style, he makes 2 Valkyries and hard shifts out of it into double science vessel. That's really, really interesting. I guess the idea is you want Zerg to almost overreact, when in fact you're going to have a really standard bio set up here. Really cool to see. Now, he just circumvented the Lurkers. Now, oh my god, he drops 1 Valkyrie. There is 2 medics, about 10 Marines, and a fire bat here. I think Zerg would just have too much. If Zerg gets 12 lings, you can swallow this whole army up. Unfortunate control there. It does go through the lurkers. I hear something loading, or maybe that's the Nidus. Okay. And instead, the push is going to come out here. Do we have tanks? What do we have? We have vessels coming out here. Again, it's extremely dangerous to roam the map without a science vessel because hold position lurkers can wipe you out. But we don't have any hold position lurkers. We've just got lurkers comboed in with a sunken colony to defend. How far along is Consume? Consume is almost done. When Consume finishes, the whole landscape of the game changes. We've got 2 vessels. He's continuing to make those vessels in pairs. But I don't know. Tengu's played a pretty funny looking game. Valkyrie's going to wipe that out. Third base could be coming up. And these mutas are just going to come around here. I was going to say, I thought, did I lose track of that Valkyrie? It's actually still alive over here. And, I mean, this is going to get wiped. This is really bad for the Terran. The CC's forced to cancel. Probably will have to make that at home now. Does not have his medics with his Marines. And this Valkyrie is going to get picked off here. The Scourge can catch it. Now, I would say this game isn't won on either side. I think that Killer's played a little bit better than Tengu, but I mean, this is still doable. It's 3 base versus 2 base. Terran is going to send some units up here. This is interesting. I guess he's worried this base was just taken. He doesn't have enough scans. There's a lot of bases on this map you got to check for. So he sends that up here. But, you know, you got to be careful. When you have mutas out in high numbers like this, they can wipe out small groups like this. So Zerg's on the chase right now. Great Dark Swarm. Terran will not lose any units there. And Irradiate comes down. Now, the Zerg will basically use this position as a foothold here. I don't know if we're going to have a massive drop over here, but this map really makes for some crazy good drops. It's really easy to load up stuff, especially for the Zerg in this position versus a Terran on this side of the map. Like big lurker defiler drops in the main could be a thing. I know we're not there yet. The same is true as well for dropship play in here from the Terran to the Zerg. So just want to point that out. Scourge coming in here. It looks like he wants to try to dive bomb on the science vessels, and that totally backfires. He just wasted quite a bit. Is he going to get the... Oh, he gets the Irradiate on the mutas. Another Irradiate comes down. He actually irradiated that lurker down there. He wants to get the infantry in here. This is wild, man. Mutas are going to be coming on top of these... Oh my god, that was crazy. He came right on top of the vessel, gets the kill over there. There's still 2 more science vessels. There's 1 more defiler out here. There is enough energy to try to irradiate this again. He's going to get that irradiate off, but there will still be a Dark Swarm coming down. Ooh. Okay, he kills the hatchery. This is actually just barely outside of the Dark Swarm. So it's 3 base to 3 base now. Terran's playing a decent control game. Back at home, it's still going to be bioproduction. We're about to have, what is it, 3-3? 2-2, excuse me. I mean, Terran is fine. Zerg needs a 4th gas. You can win without it, but you know that's what you're trying to get right now. But again, like we said on this map, it's kind of hard to get around on this map safely. Big Dark Swarm over here. Is Terran even looking? I don't even know if he's actually got a screen over here. Okay, he finds it. He's going to back up. He keeps the tanks alive for the most part. And Zerg's got to be careful. These Dark Swarm clouds, they're scary. He's already gone into Ultra Tech. I totally missed this. That's wild. Okay. Now, Ultras on 4 bases, a lot scarier than Ultras on 3 bases, to be honest with you. You really don't want to hemorrhage too many Ultralisks. The 4th gas, if you can get it up, really makes a difference. There are a lot of Firebats out here. Firebats actually not that great versus Ultras. Better versus Zerglings for sure. They are functional under Dark Swarm, which is nice. Oh, look at that. There's a lurker right over here. Tengu's on the move. 1 medic, lots of Marines and Firebats. Vessels may come through here for an irradiate. How safe is this base? I feel like this is not safe at all. In fact, he's going to go for this base up here. This is going to be Terran on 4 bases, Zerg on 3. So this is crazy. Another denial. Zerg also expanding down here. Full health Ultras, by the way. Some games you'll get an Ultralisk irradiated. It'll be squishy later on. Not this game. So one thing Killer's got, even though he's getting into some economic peril here, he does not... I mean, he has a really healthy army. He's got the Lings, he's got the Ultras, he's got a couple Lurkers. He does have Defilers. He could take a fight. Okay, this is so many Firebats. He's going to just roast his way through this position. Nukes that Defiler. There are Marines ready to stop this one Lurker. Is it going to... Oh, are we even... Okay, the SCV, Citizen's Arrest there, takes that one out. Here comes the big attack. This is what I've been wondering. How is this going to go? Because this is a lot. I don't see the Dark Swarms yet. I think the Defiler's coming up here from the bottom. It completely destroys those tanks. We've got some infantry and a tank down here. This is fairly undefended. We've got the rest of the Terran units coming back to try to save the day. Looks like another vessel's going to go down. And here we are. These Ultras are going to come down here from this position. We've got so many... I think he's actually overextended a little bit. I don't think he should send the Ultras down here. This is everything that the Zerg had. I think he should have hit that base and gotten back out. The infantry is just too much. Now, again, remember that Terran, Terran lost the 4th and now isn't using the 3rd. At the same time, do you want to take this fight? I guess Killer might know best. We have this one Ultralisk in the back, always not able to meet up with the rest of the units and fight. They're starting to drop. The last Ultra goes down, but there's more. And it seems like Killer wants to basically just get control out here. If he can get this command center lifted, this is going to mine out. If this mines out, the game ends. But, I mean, if Zerg overextends, it's pretty easy to float a CC there, right? It's an unfortunate spot for a factory. The CC's lifted, so is the factory. We're talking less than 300 minerals. In some cases, less than 200 minerals in the patch at the natural. Thing is, if he comes back over here and takes this game's going to go on for a long time. So really, it's Tengu in a spot where he needs to step it up. By the way, only just now, actually, I don't know when this was being mined from. Yeah, this has not been being mined from the gas for very long. We've got other bases coming down. So, I mean, not the most perfect game here. Killer, at times, not really taking care of the stuff he has to do back at home and to make sure he's going to be in a good spot with these attacks. Terran has seized this base again. Vessels continuing to roam. Nice irradiate. If you can irradiate and get out, do it. Oh, good control. Another irradiate. Now remember, those irradiate clouds do hurt Terran units. Why are these medics out here? This makes no sense. This is insane. Oh my god. He's gonna come in like this. Oh, he actually holds it. I can't believe this. More Lings and Ultras are coming up. Is it gonna be a Plague? Is it gonna be a Dark Swarm? He gets another Dark Swarm up here. This will allow him to reinforce this pretty easily. He's coming out of the Dark Swarm, though. He's got to be careful about that. Okay, he cleans up there. Oh, more Lings. Okay, dude, this is crazy. Does Zerg just barely crush him here? I'm seeing a lot of these Ultras get isolated. Oh my god, another Dark Swarm! He's coming in again. Dude, I think he might have done it. He's gonna kill these Marines over here. Now, remember that there's still units mining. Oh my god, there's one Ling in here. How many kills does this have? 3 so far. The Ultras are gonna come down. And I mean, dude, I think Terran can be broken. I think it's possible. Yeah, that's gonna be a GG. That was crazy. What a game. That was wild, man. Again, I like that double Valkyrie, then hard shift into science vessels. Pretty interesting. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Join me on my Twitch channel. Go to tastelessthreads.com. That's my merch site. We got a lot of cool stuff there. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you again in another cast. Bye-bye.